Alright, so we're just going to go over some TR band removal. When you get your patient, what you should see is this green dot on the Terumo TR band, and that should be just proximal to your incision site. So we have marked an incision site in there with a purple dot. And there should be a mark of a time and how many cc's were put into your TR band. So you'll know how much to take out. The band will be full, and things you want to make sure you have is that you have a good pulse ox on that hand, preferably this first or thumb, so you can watch for waveforms. One good way to tell your CRT is to make sure that you have a good pleth, and if this is dampened too much and you're not getting blood flow to your pleth, you know that this is probably too tight. But that shouldn't be an issue, but it's just something to watch for. Our techs always watch for that. Once you get that, you'll, if there was an intervention, you'll wait an hour before you start removing air. If it was just a diagnostic test, meaning we didn't put a stent in, we didn't do any ballooning, we didn't do anything like that, you can wait 30 minutes to start removing air. A little thing to be aware of on your syringe is you want to keep your hand or your thumb on it, because once you put this in, it might just release air if it has too much pressure, and you don't want to let out too much. So make sure you'll know how much is in there, and then you'll just start with taking 2 to 3 cc's out. I like to take 2 out at first, so I just keep my thumb on it. I'll just take 1 to 2, just real nice and slow. And as I'm doing that, I'm just looking to make sure at that incision site where that purple dot would be that it's not starting to ooze. If it starts to ooze, I just put that 2 to 3 cc's, whatever I took back out, I just put it in there and watch it, make sure that the bleeding has stopped, and I still have a good pleth on my pulse ox. I will do that. If it's not bleeding, I will do that every 15 minutes. I'll just take out 2 to 3 until it's empty. If it starts bleeding again, whatever I take out, I'll just put back in and make sure that bleeding stops. Once you're completely out of air, so you've removed, let's say they put 10 cc's in here, that was marked, you'll take out your full 10, you'll feel that your balloon here, your cuff is completely empty. You'll wait 30 minutes to take that off. If you've had no bleeding and everything is good, you can go ahead and remove that. And what we do is after when we go to remove that, just take a 2x2, I fold it in fourths, and we'll just gently take that off. You will just gently remove that spot, make sure it doesn't bleed. You'll hold your 2x2 right on that spot. You'll take a Tegaderm, and then you'll just kind of pull some pressure around there so it's nice and tight. Have a nice tight dressing, kind of a little compression dressing on there, and then we'll just watch that spot. We also don't want people moving their wrists for the next 24 hours, so we will have them keep this dressing on. No showers, no baths, no hot tubs, anything like that for 24 hours. And then we'll take an arm board and we'll just go right at their palm site, and we'll just make sure that they can't flex their arm, and you can just keep an eye on there and just make sure that it's nice and good, and then they're set for 24 hours there.